I love what you've been sharing so far.
Thank you.
I want to hear more about you.
Okay. Then let's hear about me.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to talk about me. I really don't.
So let's start with this. You just told me a little bit about getting into voiceover and how it made you scared.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why? Hello, welcome back to the Breaking Character Podcast. My name is Kennedy, and today we are chatting with Hunter Peterson.
Hi, I'm Hunter.
Hunter, how do people know you?
You might know me. Hi, I'm Hunter Peterson. You might know me from such things as Honkai Star Rail, Octopath Traveler 0, AFK Journey, and if you're a fan of YouTube, you probably know me as SCP Explained, Limonade, or the voice of the god-awful Raid Shadow Legends ads.
That's you!
Hold on.
You're the voice of the Raid Shadow Legends?
Hold on. Ready? Raid Shadow Legends. Download now and play for free.
Let me skip my Let me get to my YouTube video.
It's me, motherfucker! It's me!
Anyways, today we had a really beautiful conversation just about you, Hunter, and I honestly can't put it into words as like, this episode is about this, or this is about that.
It was more of just like, I've been through a lot, and it all led to this moment. Many lives make a whole.
Many lives make a whole. That is what this episode is about.
That's exactly correct. And I saved the fucking best for last, because like, telling you on the Raid Shadow Legends side voice.
Well, this is all coming first.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. But like, I love that, like, we're shooting this at the end.
I know.
And I saved the fucking bomb. Because again,
you're about to watch us talk before me finding out that Hunter is the voice of Raid Shadow Legends.
Before Hunter was the biggest meme of 2019.
Otherwise, the episode would have gone like this. Nope. Enjoy.
For the longest time, people knew me as like 110% energy. There was nothing. Like, it was either 0 or 110%. There was no gray.
When was this?
This was like pretty much all like from the point of like being a little boy all the way through like college.
Gotcha.
Like,
okay,
literally,
so for most of your life.
Yeah, no, literally it was just like, hello, here's the throttle, down. It's like, you know, all gas, no brakes, go as fast as humanly possible. And there's still a lot of that energy. There was a point a couple years ago during COVID when a lot of things started to change for me, where a lot of people know me, not from voiceover, but from the YouTube channels that I'm the voice
That's
and
right.
the presence of, specifically Limonade and SCP Explained. There was a point where I was putting all of my energy, all my time into those YouTube channels, as well as my own channels, and I was so burnout. Like, I had this unending well of energy to the point that in college, people would come up to my girlfriend at the time and my friends saying, "Hey, where does Hunter get his Coke?" And they're like, "Oh no, no, there's no cocaine. It is him. Like, no energy drinks. I barely drink coffee."
It's just always been there.
It was just always like
it's always been
there. It was like this lust of life, this joie de vivre, but it was untenable. And finally, during COVID, I was recording 7 episodes a week for Limonade. I was recording 7 episodes a week for SCP Explained at the peak, so 2020, 2021. So I'm recording probably like at least 50 or 60 hours of content a week. And that's not even including my own auditions. I start to develop muscle tension dysphonia.
Wow.
From that.
Can you explain what that is?
So muscle tension dysphonia, in the easiest way, is the muscles in the neck around the vocal folds and around the voice box are incredibly tight, meaning that it is hard to phonate. So there is strain, there is pressure. It is not good. You power through. And the issue was, I was still powering through. Now, around the same time, we're coming out of COVID, and I got a job offer at MrBeast.
No way.
I became head of production at Beast Philanthropy.
You did not.
I did.
That's so cool.
I did.
I went to MrBeast Burger. It sucked. I'm just telling you that right now.
Brother, yeah.
And it's your fault.
No, it's don't fucking put that on my soul. No, here was the problem with that. it was the best thing I could have done for my career as a content strategist and a creator and a producer. The things that I learned changed how I think about content and algorithms and everything. And I'm very thankful for that time. But the problem was I was working 80 hours a week at MrBeast. I was still doing SCP Explained. I was still doing Lemonade.
Oh my God.
I barely had time for VO. And also at this time, I'm 6 months out from getting married. I moved to Greenville, North Carolina to join the Beast crew months before I was supposed to get married. I made that decision because I was like, this is a once in a lifetime shot. But I didn't consider what I was actually doing to myself or to the relationships around me. And also, most importantly, I thought I could just power through anything. I thought I could just work through anything because it worked.
Right. You've always been a ball of energy,
Right.
and I'm sure you threw it at everything you did.
Correct. And in August, my boss at the time, Darren, fired me, but it was a mercy fire. When people talk about MrBeast and philanthropy in particular, a lot of people are like, is it actually the case? No, I saw it for real.
Yeah.
A lot of things were actually real. Now, the problem with that is Jimmy even said this to me once of like, I want someone who's a part of my organization. I don't need them focused on their own things. So if I stayed, I would have been a very shiny gear in a very big machine. I'm not about to do that for myself.
And was there any part of the decision-making process of, I'm so tired?
It only really hit me when Darren mercy fired me.
Right.
He's like, you're just going to bash your head in against the wall. You need to leave. And then I was like, yeah, I do. When I came back a couple months later, Lemonade imploded. So I lost all my revenue from that. SCP hardcore cut back. I basically lost, in the span of 24 hours, I lost 85% of my monthly revenue. That put me in like a really bad financial bind through 2023. And I like had to go get a job. And the thing that I recognized with that time in particular, 2023 was the first time that I slowed down. And I recognized of like, oh, hey, I've been ignoring a lot of things about my life. Yeah. Even though I was in therapy, and I've done a lot of therapy since that time, still in therapy. Everyone should be in therapy.
It's so fun.
Both
Everyone
cameras.
Deserves a place to be selfish.
Well, be selfish, absolutely. But also, just because you do research and you listen to podcasts and you read books, it doesn't mean that you're actually equipped with the tools necessary to work through your own pain.
Absolutely not.
I mean, look, I lost my dad 8 days before my 9th birthday. And I have never, and I probably never will, fully process that trauma. Let's be totally clear about it. I was assaulted when I was 19. And
I'm very sorry.
Is what it is. It's life.
It is.
I can speak on that clearly and openly and publicly because I've done a lot of processing, and a lot of the pedal down, that speed, was an escape. It was escape velocity of problem, of grief, of pain. If I can entertain others, then I don't have to deal with it. Nope. I don't have to deal with the problems that I have.
You're not only entertaining others, you're entertaining yourself.
Correct. So with that recognition, in 2023, I really started to take a very hard and fast look at my life of like, what the fuck am I doing? And VO, it's funny with VO. I quit my job because I was working at a production company as an editor. And during that time, I said, to make money on the side, I'll do VO. We'll see what happens there, which was the most fucking insane thing I could have said. And it just started to click. Performing just started to click. And I found this side of me that I was scared of.
I really want to get into this.
Okay.
There's a few things I want to change before we do.
Sure.
I want either you to turn totally towards me or as much as you can.
Sure.
And I want to make these disappear.
Totally. Go on.
And I want to hear, I love what you've been sharing so far.
Thank you.
I want to hear more about you.
Okay. Well, then let's hear about me.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to talk about me. I really don't.
So let's start with this. You just told me a little bit about getting into voiceover and how it made you scared.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why?
You have to confront emotions. Those are emotions I was very scared of.
What emotions?
Grief and sadness. If you're a scared little 8-year-old boy, I want you to think about this. It's November. It's a holiday morning. It's Veterans Day. I'm 8 years old. It's 8 days before my 9th birthday. And I'm playing GameCube with my brother and a neighbor friend named Patrick. And then we hear this blood-curdling scream from across the house. My mom screaming my father's name, Peter. We run to the bedroom. She's barricaded the doors. And she just says, go get Patrick's parents. Oops. To call 911. My father died in his sleep. He was taking Oxycontin to cover up the pain of pneumonia. When you approach any script, when you approach anything in this life, you are tapping into truth and power. I always thought that acting was in a weird way like lying. Like when I first thought of what acting was, like being a character, being someone new, it's like lying. It's not.
It's not.
It's truth.
It is.
And to confront truth like that was very scary. And so the thing is, a lot of people in our friend group in particular, they didn't know who I was because I was working in commercial and promo. I wasn't really in like all the
You weren't in the character space
No, not
where
at all.
the real
Right.
emotions come from.
Exactly. Because it was always like, you know, the no
Bye.
annual fee.
Yeah,
It's like the no annual fee Amex Everyday card gives you even more awards. Like, and I was happy with that, but I wasn't fulfilled by it.
So then, and first of all, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. You don't have to be.
Well, I'm sorry because I've been there in different but similar ways.
Sure.
But then I'm so curious, when did you discover the strength to do character voiceover and what did that require of you?
So I talked about 2023 as sort of like the look back. That was the first time that I booked anything major character. I also really like the fact that there are kids in the background. That was me. No, I'm not even kidding. Like that like dynamic little ball of energy child of just like playing make believe and pretend, like that's who I was.
It's really sweet. It's like little you. It's here with us right now.
God, he was obnoxious. He really should have been on Adderall. That was insane. Please don't put that in the edit. No, you can. It's fine. I booked Nicol Bolas for Smite. That was the first like major character thing that I booked. And I started working with Phil Bach.
Oh boy, I know where this is going.
He and I got on fabulously.
Yeah.
And I started to do a lot of work for Smite. And I started to experiment with character more. And I was just really smitten with it. And we got lunch one day and he's like, you don't know how good you actually are. You have a lot of instincts that most people don't have. I didn't fucking even consider that. You know, I was like, I know commercial, I know promo, I'm the voice of Buzzer, and I do YouTube channels. Yeah. And he's like, I've listened to your work on SCP Explained. I know what you're capable of, and you know what you're capable of. Like there was an episode, I don't know how familiar you are with SCP. It's a whole thing. It's fascinating storytelling. Like, and there's some really cool opportunities for great storytelling.
Great.
There are some things that a lot of people are familiar with, like there are games like Containment Breach and stuff like that, and like people build content all the time in and around the world, the kind of group writing project that is SCP Foundation. But there are some really sad, very emotionally charged stories inside of that. Like SCP-4999, someone to watch over us, which is literally the idea that in the moments that someone is dying, there is a man in a gray suit that appears and hands them a cigarette. And then they die after smoking that cigarette. And that is actually one of my favorites and one of my favorite stories, because I love the idea that no matter who it is, there will always be someone with them when they pass over.
That's really sweet.
Thank you. But it's the truth. And so the reason why I bring up SCP is when Phil told me that, someone who's in a position of power, to literally tell me directly of like, no, you're good at this. I didn't really give myself permission to audition for video games. Also because I had reps at the time where they were like, yeah, you're okay.
Gotcha. But then you went in and, I mean, how was it working with Phil on that?
It was like flying. It was like flying. Because I know some people, like when they work, some people work really well with some voice directors. Yeah. Some people, like, it's like, you know, square peg, round hole. Phil and I, it's like he just knows one thing and I know exactly what he wants. He's given me this advice before once, which I thought was very apt, which was, you are so fast. You know exactly what they're going to say. Just slow down and listen a little bit more, purely to humor them, because your instincts are right. And those instincts come from living the amount of lives that I've lived.
That's right. The reason I had such a big reaction when you told me it was Phil is because I very much know him and respect and adore him for being the director that makes you go back there. Whatever back there means for you, it means something different for everybody. Faced with you, the voice actor who didn't want to be here specifically to avoid this stuff. You're giving me a face. Tell me what that's for.
Do you remember Honkai Star Rail Amphorius 3.0? Do you play Star Rail?
You know, it's funny. I work on it. I don't play it.
Okay. Do you remember like the patch? They started recording it. I want to say it was like October of 2024, like around that time. It was Casterus and.
I genuinely know like nothing. Okay. Walk me through it.
So basically, it was like the Honkai Star Rail pantheon. Like it was like Greek, like ancient Roman Greek kind of vibes. That's where, you know, Gabriel Warburton as Maide showed up. Joshua Waters as Phanon.
Right.
And I got a call one day saying, hey, Phil Bach just cast you in this game as an NPC. It's 4 hours. I was like, whoa, this is pretty big. Normally if I do NPC work, because I started to do little things here and there for some like Korean MMOs through Rocket Sound and a couple of other places. But this was the first time that I had worked on this game in particular for this long. And I show up and they explain the character. It's Lord Nias. He's described as like sort of this Russell Crowe type from Gladiator, you know, this Spartan, this powerful figure. And I didn't audition for this character. Phil cast me, autocast. And I was halfway through the session and I finally found out why. Phil knew the story of my dad. Phil knew. He knew. Yeah, no, we talked about it at length. The whole thing in the Amphorius 3.0 patch is Lord Nias is sort of guiding Casterus and the player through these trials. And the trials eventually get them to this point where the player and the group face off against a Titan.
Okay.
Lord Nias is that Titan.
Oh.
Is the part of Nikador, his divinity, all this. And this sounds insane for a gacha. I totally hear you. Like people in the comments just being like, why are you taking so much time in this? When it starts to be revealed that Lord Nias is guiding and will eventually sacrifice himself, I realized what I was actually playing before I put words to it. I was my father guiding Casterus, Hunter, on one last memory together. And so at the very end, where the flesh and body sacrifices itself to then fight, and then they can reclaim the core frame and yada 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 lore. I realized that that arc, that moment, that writing, the reason why I was autocast was because that was my truth. I think he knew that because he didn't direct me. It was someone else who directed me.
Oh.
Yeah, but he cast me as it. And I don't think it was on voice print. I think it's that he knew the emotions that were involved. And he knew that I could get there if I allowed myself to.
And did you allow yourself to?
I did.
What was that like?
You know the idea of flow state?
I do.
There was no line between Hunter and Nias. It was as though I was my father, speaking to Hunter one last time. It was channeling, it was being, it was existing. It was one of those beautiful times. And again, it's a gotcha. But
it's special.
It was very special. Well, and you know, like, there are so many clips online of the war cry from Amphorius 3.0. The I am Nikador, the Lance of Fury, the Messenger of Turmoil. And I get emotional saying this. It's because of all this. And the embodiment of strife. Remember this. I am the scar that this world, and then there's the big yell, needs. It was the first time that I truly connected with a character. And I was able to run and live and breathe. Because when we're in sessions and it's 2 hours long, and you have to embody maybe 1, 2, sometimes 10 people, right?
Sure.
You can't really do the work for it. You don't really know who this person is. And so when they were like, yeah, this is a really big moment, this is sort of like the culmination, I think we did 1 take. And the take that's in the game is the take that I gave. And
wow.
I told Brielle, I was like, you're gonna wanna ride the line on this one. This is gonna get loud. You ever see Oppenheimer? There's that idea of, can you hear the music? Or see the music, I forget what it was. It was connection, connected to source. It was the moment when I finally fully embodied a character that I took so much of my own life and put it into, that I was able to feel what it was like to be connected to a story, to a time, to a place that I certainly wasn't.
Thank you for this.
I don't trust aeronautical vehicles that have a center of lift that is moving. I don't like helicopters.
So
It's a beautiful sunset, so we're moving.
I was like, we're having a great conversation, and yeah, like I'm absolutely tapped into source right now, but like, sun, so bright and vivid.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
What a good time.
A great time.
It's a great time. For those of you at home, we have changed position because sunset.
So beautiful.
And people started to really comment. Like, first off, it was like, yeah, sure, it's like a Leonidas voice, or like, wow, big scream, wow, big actor. It's like, no, they started to recognize. And so, because I am also a content strategist and I know what I'm kind of doing, I made a couple pieces of content talking about a fan theory that I was also an NPC from Genshin that did a really flat line of like, oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
Are you kidding? That's my favorite video ever.
Everyone thought that was me. There was like a rumor of like, oh yeah, same voice actor, by the way. It's like, nah, I'm not.
I love that video.
And I don't know. I still don't know to this day who it was. And so I made that video, and then I did the video where someone was like, they were like, you sound like my dad. And I was like, or they asked me of like, are you a dad? I was like, you don't know how close you actually are to that. I'm not a dad, but, and then I explained the story. And I think about that. And then I think about what I started to book in the wake from Star Rail. Actually, I wrote something to Phil the other day. Because I booked Octopath Traveler.
That's right, congratulations.
Thank you. And I started to book a lot more video games right after that time of like hearing the music for the first time, I sent him a photo of my convention banner. And this was the first time.
Oh, look at that.
It was the first time that I ever had a convention banner because people started to ask me. And all of these characters were all booked after that one. After the first time that I really felt character. And like the characters that are still
heard the music.
coming and heard the music. And allowed myself to feel what I felt. Allowed myself to immerse in truth. And so I sent him that photo. And I said, baby's first convention banner. This is going to be a long text, so I'm sorry in advance. In 2024, I was genuinely considering leaving voiceover and getting a full-time job because I was running out of money and I didn't know what I was doing. I was bouncing from full-time job to full-time job, trying to pay off debt from a project that didn't work out, and just feeling like I had made zero progress in voiceover. And then in October of that year, you cast me as Nias in Star Rail. I'm not going to lie when I say, and I get very emotional writing this, that one NPC that you just let me inhabit and embody changed my entire perspective. It opened so many doors, and that one performance has led to so many other opportunities. Genuinely, dude, I owe a lot of my career now to you. The characters on that banner are a direct result of me actually trusting my instincts and other people hearing what you heard in me. Thank you, dude. I didn't expect to ever get to make one of these. And I accidentally hit your head. I'm sorry. And my mom always tells this story now of when I was 7. I ran home one day after getting off the bus, and I was like, "Mom, do you know people get paid to be in movies?" like I was just
I can imagine
so
you burst the door open.
Mother, do you understand? People get paid to be
Mother,
in movies.
I have
Mother.
something to tell you.
Yes, my deep ass voice, Mother, do you understand that people get paid to be in movies?
This is off topic. Have you seen the Critical Role?
Yes, I have.
Mother, I
Mother.
bring news from the womb.
Oh God. Yeah,
Anyway.
by the way, the voice that I have now is the voice that puberty hit me with like a fucking freight train when I was 12. So my ass, like this tall fucking 7th grader with like this patchy like mustache of like, hello. Like I'm told, hello.
It's time to learn multiplication tables today.
Hello, it is time to learn PEMDAS. Fucking algebra. But all of that to say, I didn't sign up to be an actor. I didn't trust myself that I could be an actor. I thought I could maybe try it, and it'd be fun here and there. I didn't expect this to be my life. I thought I was going to direct. I thought I was going to produce. I thought I was going to do all these things. But I just allowed the possibility of what could. Just said yes. I said yes to maybe a couple of things I shouldn't have, but it was all experience. It was all the maturing. And you know, like most people, when I meet them now, like there are younger talents who come up to me. It's like, you got me through COVID. Like I was in high school and I was watching you. I was like, first off, ow, unk status. Second off, thank you. Because I understand what it's like now to connect with a piece of material and with audiences and other people. And that is the art that I chase. That is what I look for now. I look for those opportunities where it's, how will someone receive the message that I am embodying? Whether it's a commercial, whether it's a promo, whether it's a video game, now for the first time in anime. Even though small characters, but there are no small parts.
No. Not after that experience.
No, no, not at all.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
What was the biggest lesson you learned throughout that whole experience? Everything that you've told me.
The truth that you find in this life may look different with each passing season that you're part of, but it will still be true. What you may be looking for, you might find in the first couple of months trying to search for it, but you won't actually understand it. You won't know what it means. You won't know how to even interpret it. You won't probably be able to even handle it. And that's okay. It's okay to be uncertain, to be scared of the truth. But the more that you live that truth, the more that you're willing to embrace it in all of its imperfections, all of its rough edges, the more that you'll discover who you actually are supposed to be.
What's your favorite thing about yourself?
I was waiting for this question. The fact that I always get up in the morning and I try. I try for myself, I try for others, but I will always, always, always try. Thanks for having me, dude.
Guys,
Yeah.
the rebrand is because of Hunter and the 3-hour conversation.
I was,
we
yeah,
had.
a 3-hour conversation at a frozen yogurt.
It was so good.
It was, we literally sat down and I walked through of like, this is why it's not working and this is why you hate it.
Whoa! I never hated it.
You didn't
I never
hate
hated
it.
it.
But you were like,
but it
there's-
wasn't this. It wasn't this.
Well, it wasn't authentic.
It wasn't.
It wasn't, and
I
that's
was
where
playing
like,
a character.
Well, and I was also then asking, I asked you, if you didn't have to be where you're at right now, where would you be? And you said outside. I was like, then why aren't you doing your podcast outside? Like,
Smartest thing
like-
anyone's ever told me. Because look
like-
at this,
yeah,
guys.
'cause it's
Look.
like,
Look at it.
look at it.
Look at
with
it.
your special eyes, my brands.
It's beautiful. Here, pick that one up.
Okay.
But seriously, thank you for having that talk, because that means that we are here now in this place.
Oh yeah.
Having a conversation.
Fuck ass. Fuck you.
And, you know, there are some limitations to not being in a
It is fun.
soundproof studio.
And yeah, but that's boring. Everyone
It's
else.
so boring. Who
guess
doesn't
what?
wanna hear a
It's just like,
helicopter in their
wow,
podcast?
wow. It's every single podcast looks the same, feels the same, talks the same, and it's like.
Does your
I-
podcast have screaming kids in the background and helicopters, but also really beautiful, genuine moments? I don't think so.
I messed up.
Yes, hello, we see you.
Bro, I will fight you.
He's over here.
I will fight
He's
you.
over here.
They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.